So right now, I think the biggest lie when it comes to CTV is that one, it doesn't drive revenue. And today I kind of want to speak about, I think how a lot of that is related to this idea of like last click attribution, and really just more so how teams are going about measuring CTV. So a lot of marketing teams right now, I think they are solely reliant on this idea of last click, and they're using that as a way to really just evaluate like the total performance, right? So that means you have, whatever channel it gets the last click before a conversion, ultimately is getting all the credit. So if someone, for instance, sees your CTV ad, and later on they search on your brand, they click a Google ad, and then convert from there. Now Google gets 100% of the credit, CTV gets none, even though this may have really been the strongest reason why the person came back in the first place. And so I think we have to be clear about something. CTV really doesn't operate as a last click channel, right? It operates as a sphere of influence, right? It's an influence channel. Its goal is to shape awareness, to drive interest, to create demand, and create that demand specifically before someone ever takes action. So when you try to measure it with that last click lens, I think it's always going to look like it may be underperforming, and that's not because it's not working, but you're just measuring it in the wrong way. So for me, realistically, most customer journeys don't look as simple as, okay, from an ad goes to a click, and then from that click, boom, you instantly just get a conversion. A more realistic picture is like, you would begin with that CTV exposure, for instance. From there, there's maybe some search, some person visits your website. From there, you start retargeting, and then ultimately down funnel, they get converted. So now you have multiple touch points, multiple channels. And CTV is just often one of the earliest, but it's also, in a lot of cases, one of the most influential parts of that journey, right? And I think this is where we have to evolve how we're thinking about measurement, right? So instead of being too focused on, okay, did CTV lead to the final click, right? We should be thinking about, okay, did it drive visits? How is it affecting our increased brand search? Is it, affecting our retargeting plays? Can we influence conversions across funnel by using this? And when we start to see it in that way, I think now this is where we see real impact, right? We have CTV that is connected to your other channels. Now we can actually begin to track the influence, right? And not just simply take these educated guesses at it. So to me, I think the discrepancy is not that CTV, the channel itself isn't working, but it's how it's being measured, right? Because if we're just relying on last click, I think you really are missing the mark on what could be one of the most powerful tools you have in your mix, specifically when you think about driving demand up front. So, those are my 2 cents. If you are in the process of running CTV today, I'd say, it's worth, maybe taking a look, reevaluating just exactly how you are measuring things. And you want to be careful because, you could be telling the wrong story.